Hello and welcome back to Two Mugs
And a guitar.
with me
Jarvis.
and me.
Dary.
Haha. On today's episode, we're going to be kicking off with hats.
Yeah, we're going to look at the new artist and genre this week. It's actually quite an interesting one, so I hope you look forward to that one.
A bit of a sketchy one, I feel.
Yeah, a bit of a sketchy one, but it will be fun. Then we've got the poll for this week. We're going to pick 3 new artists that we're going to put in the poll. We don't know the winner for this week because we're recording this on a Wednesday because I'm going to be over in Barbados.
Having a great time.
Yeah, for the week. I won't remember it, but it'll be a good time. So we don't know what the winner is this week, but we do have the new poll up this week. And then we've got... then we're going to discuss James Tomlinson's album, Flamingo.
Flamingo!
Have a little chat about that. And then we've got...
the news. Noel Gallagher kind of stating on the stage that it possibly likely to rejoin Oasis, possibly.
Correct, yeah. And then we've also got as well Electric Picnic. We're going to talk about the lineup on that as well. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Have a good one, lads. Sláinte.
Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, yeah, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, yeah, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
To Two Mugs and Guitar with me, a serious man with serious dreams and serious ideals, Jarvis, and Dary, a cretin of Cavan.
Fuck you. You fucking prick.
It has alliteration, so it works.
Yeah, well, I'll give you it.
The cretin of Cavan.
It's Cretin Cabin, yeah.
Yeah, that's got a nice ring to
It's
it.
pretty enough from Croydon. I say the Cretin of Croydon as
Cretin
well.
of Croydon, yeah. The dickhead of Derby.
Yeah. So, welcome.
Welcome. We're here. Yes. Okay. Right. So let's talk about our drinks just for a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
What we got in these bloody pineapples? Yeah.
I've got my beer Moretti. It's the first time I've tried it, and it's actually delicious.
You never had actual...
I've had actual beer Moretti before.
Yeah, because you're drinking obviously non-alcoholic because he doesn't drink anymore. So,
pussy.
Does it taste much different to actual beer Moretti?
It's probably sweeter, I'd say.
Sweeter.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit.
Yeah, try it. Don't use my straw.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
I ain't got the old herpes.
Well, not yet. I'm finished with you.
That's what I'd say. That feels like a threat. Yeah, it's quite sweet actually.
It is, isn't it? It's nice though. I like sweet.
I like sweet as well.
Yeah.
Especially when it's on you.
Oh, fuck off, Jarvis.
Yeah. Asahi is what I'm drinking today.
Mm-hmm. I really rate Asahi. I hope they do a non-alcoholic because I would love it.
Asahi is great. If you've never had Asahi and you like lager, woo! You are missing out, my friend.
I think the trick is a Red Bull and Asahi sorts out really.
Yeah, I downed a Red Bull and now I've downed half a bottle of Asahi and I'm here.
Ready to go.
I'm all for it. I'm all ready.
Yeah, but do you want to rate your drink? Like, because people
Asahi?
would know. Yeah, people would know you love it.
Oh, what would I give Asahi out of 10? I'd probably give it like a strong 8, you know?
Yeah.
Like
It
an
deserves it.
8.4.
I'd say higher.
No,
even.
yeah, maybe 8.6. Just
Yeah.
over 8.5, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
8.6. It's not quite as good as Beer Moretti, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Beer Moretti's probably up there, like maybe a 9.
the non-alcoholic version for me now, I'd give it probably about. I really rate the non-alcoholic Guinness. I am so I had this have to go underneath it, so I'd say probably around 7.6.
Okay, nice.
Which is a good rating. It's nice.
Is your favourite drink, like, obviously before you stop drinking, is it the obvious one? I already know it is. Is it Smithers?
Yeah. That'd be what I go for. Smith. I would never drink Guinness beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, my favourite ever drink that I ever had, alcoholic drink, right? Not spirits, but this was when I was back in the craft beer business. I think it was Northern Monk. They did a beer one time. It was called the Vanilla Milkshake IPA.
Okay.
Mango milkshake IPA, I think it was, and it was fucking unbelievable. It just
really
tastes like a mango milkshake.
Where'd you get it?
It was a little bar in Derby called Southern Soda.
Okay.
It's a little craft beer. It literally just sells craft beers.
It's good.
And I got it from there. And whew, It literally just tastes like a mango milkshake. It doesn't taste like beer.
That reminds me of the Rascals. They're a craft beer company in Ireland as well. They did the Rock Shandy alcohol beer. Like they did a version of it. I think they partnered with them or they did some collab. And it was just, I remember trying it there. One of my friends used to, Catherine, used to live with her. She brought it home. There's a rock climbing place over there, so you can have food and stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the Rock Shandy craft beer. It was fucking lovely.
Craft beer is very good.
Very sweet.
Yeah, big fan.
Very sweet.
You ever had a sour beer before?
Not that I can think of.
No, they're very cool. Shannon's a big fan of sour beers. Right, okay, cool. So look, we're going to go on into the hats then. So let's go ahead and pick what we got.
Baby.
So obviously this week we had Motown and Nathan Carter. We still haven't done it just yet. Dary needs to put his vocals over, so it's always a treat when we have to do it that way around. That'd be fun, right?
Yeah, it makes me nervous, to be fair.
So I've got the genres, is it still, yeah?
Yeah, the genres, and I've got the artist.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
What we got? We have... Try not to rip this one because it's kind of shuffled up in a weird way. Let me have a little look and see what we've got. Fucking... Have you got a bad one?
Oh, really hard one.
Really hard one, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't even open this one without ripping it.
Oh, no, this is going to be such a handling for me.
I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to...
You're going to laugh at this, to be fair.
Am I really, yeah?
Yeah.
The way you scrunch this up, or I scrunch this up, is absolutely...
That's it. You're drunk, you fuck.
Maniacal. Oh.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, actually. Oh, a very interesting one.
Oh, no.
What did you get?
What do you want me to say first?
Yeah.
Greta Van Fleet.
Got lo-fi. Lo-fi Greta Van Fleet. Okay. I don't know what just came up.
Yeah, something popped up there. I'm not sure what it was.
Now, just make sure it's all good. One sec. It's all still the same, so yeah, we're fine. Okay, I hope so. Right, okay, so lo-fi Greta Van Fleet. Do you know what lo-fi is?
No.
Lo-fi is like low quality, like buzzing in the background. It's like sounds kind of like it was recorded for a potato.
For a potato?
Yeah, it's like lo-fi. It's like I've got this app on my DAW that I use, Logic, right?
Yeah.
That makes it sound like it's playing on a.
That's not going to work.
Drink through the bottle cap. Good idea. Yeah.
Here, where's my lighter now to open this?
But yeah, it's like so I've got an app on my phone, which not on my phone, on my Mac. Fucking hell, this is Asahi.
It's creeping in.
Yeah, it's creeping in. So yeah, it makes sound like they're on a vinyl record.
Oh, okay.
But I can make it so like the vinyl record has like loads of it's warped, so like it
right,
and like also has scratches on it.
Right, so it'll make my voice sound a little bit fucking better on trying to do Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
But like an acoustic version of Greta Van Fleet could be handy enough. I know a few songs I'd like to try.
Well, what you can do is basically just make like an acoustic version of Greta Van Fleet, and then just put that effect over the top of it, and just make it sound like lo-fi, it was found on the back of a bin or something.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So yeah, that should be easy enough. But yeah, do you want to give me that there? So no, the Greta Van Fleet that you got. Yeah, sound fucking hell.
Shut up, mate.
Yeah.
Come on.
So Greta Van Fleet and Lo-Fi we've got next week. So obviously, look, we actually don't know who the winner of the poll is this week, because we're doing this on a Wednesday, rather than a Saturday, which is when we usually do it. Because I am going to be over in Barbados on the weekend. Yeah,
Barbados.
I won't be here. So we decided to record it a bit early.
I call it Canary.
Fucking what?
No, Canary Islands for Cavan.
Canary Islands.
Yeah, and Barbados.
Oh, Cavan, the Canary Islands.
Yeah, Canary Islands.
Yeah, it was funny, yeah.
Fuck you, you dickhead.
So we don't know what the winner of the poll is right now. I think Hosey is in the lead, right? At the moment.
Yeah, I think so. It's more than likely will be that one.
So that'll be good if it does win. But obviously we'll also put up a poll on Instagram and whatnot. No reason for me to say that because this will be the future.
Yeah.
So by this point, the winner would have already been decided, but we'll obviously make a post on our Instagram to say who the actual winner is because we don't know who the winner is right now. So we'll make a post about that when the winner is announced. So I'm going to pick a thing for the next poll next week. So I'm going to pick one.
Get that sorted.
You pick another? Do you want to pick two this week?
I'll take
because I always pick two. So and that one, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's have a little look and see what's on the poll for this week.
To it, mate. So we have Tool and Avia.
Oh, We have Tool, AENIMA.
AENIMA,
yeah. I don't know how you pronounce it. AENIMA, yeah.
Yeah, AENIMA.
Okay, cool. That would be an interesting one. That was Deck who
Deck,
recommended that. So Deck is my old boss from the Blessington Carriage over in Derby.
Very good.
So he recommended that. Have you ever listened to much of Tool?
No.
We'll talk about that in a moment. That's going to be an interesting one to talk about. And who's the one?
KARNIVOOL. Sound Awaken, is it?
KARNIVOOL. Sound Awake. Wow, two very similar bands that we're going to talk about. Gary, yeah. Okay, cool. Gary's going to be very happy with the poll this week because they're two of Gary's favourite bands. So
really?
He doesn't know which one he's going to vote for then. Well, we have a rejoiner this week as well because we took this out of rotation last week. We've got Stormzy's Heavy is the Head.
Oh, it's back in again, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the three we've got this week. Tool, AENIMA.
AENIMA.
I don't fucking know how you pronounce it. KARNIVOOL, Sound Awake. Gary's suggestion. Deck's suggestion is Tool. And then we have Stormzy, Heavy is the Head, Ellie. So we already know your opinion on rap and Stormzy. Do you want to go through it quickly again? What's your opinion on Stormzy?
Oh, I have none. I to be fair, I don't know either of them. Any of them. I've never heard of any of them.
Okay, cool.
So it's a real.
So you don't know anything about Tool, no?
No.
So Tool are like a heavy metal band. So you might like them actually, but they're very like, how would you describe it? They're very different.
Yeah.
Because they like to mess around and experiment with time signatures.
Okay.
So a lot of their songs are famous for not being able to follow very well. You can never really find the one. Do you know how when you count to music like 1, 2, 3, 4 with Tool it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can never find the one. So they're interesting to listen to because they're almost kind of meditative heavy metal music. That album, I was speaking to, when Deck suggested listening to Tool, I did say to him, I've already listened to Lateralis, which is a great album. 10,000 Days, which is a really good album. That's actually probably my favourite Tool album.
Yeah.
And Fear Inoculum, which is probably my least favourite one out of the three.
Okay. And
I've only listened to one song on that album. So I haven't listened to that. Yeah, that's new to me, yeah.
Okay.
And the one song I do like on that album is really good. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because it might end up being my favourite.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm not going to tell you which one it is. KARNIVOOL, though, are very similar to Tool. Okay, they're heavy metal again. And they like to experiment with a lot of weird time signatures. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a fun one for Gary because they're two of Gary's favourite bands.
Right, okay.
So I don't know. It's going to be fun for Gary when I tell him what's up for the poll because he's not going to know which one to vote for.
Tell him to pick his favourite song off each album.
Yeah. So that would be an interesting one. I would love either of those two to win because I think it would be a really interesting experience for us both to listen to and talk about. Because I swear I know you'll come in and you will like it because it's kind of like heavier. It's more your thing, right?
Yeah.
But also one part of you will like it, and the other part of you will be like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, what's the fuck going on?
Yeah. So they're a really cool ones. So for the poll this week, we have Tool, AENIMA, or AENIMA. I don't fucking know how you pronounce it. KARNIVOOL, Sound Awake. And then we have Stormzy, Heavy is the Head, which was Ellie's suggestion, Gary's suggestion, and Deck's suggestion. So if you like the sound of any of those, go ahead and give it a vote. Now,
tap the button, bitches.
Yeah. Now, this week, though, we are going to talk about James Tomlinson's record, Flamingo. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that now. I do have some notes here. So...
I think I've said about 3 words.
Yeah, you're not going to fill in too much. No. I've written a lot about this album. Same with Bon Iver. I like writing and reviewing albums.
I think you do, yeah.
I'd love to do this as a job, to be fair. I'd absolutely love that. Hire me, guys. Enemy, hire me. So look, the first thing I am going to say just before I do get into this review, and I think it's important to mention, is that I did listen to this album very much in the mindset of someone who's written their own album and someone who is a musician and recorded and produced their own album and knows how difficult it is.
Yeah.
And I kind of want that kind of idea to run through this whole review when I talk about this album. Do you mind me asking you, did you listen to this album all the way through, Dary? Or
Yeah.
You did, right? Yeah. Sound.
Cool. I listened to it all the way through, and I think I'm going to take it as a standpoint where I'm listening to it as a vocalist and a listener. So I think we'll agree on a lot of things, but I think we probably disagree on a few bits as well.
Maybe. You know, I actually left 2 reviews on this album because I've put one review down as my musician listener, you know, just me as a personal musician kind of reviewing the album, and then as an actual listener, like if I just came across this album randomly and just listened to it, what I would think. So in saying that though, I do have a lot to say, and you can obviously
summarize, biatch.
Well, I have each splits into like pros and negatives about each song, so I kind of want to go through them. I'll obviously go through them quickly. And then obviously you can kind of agree with me or disagree. I'll chime in, yeah. So the first track, there are some sad realities. I'll tell you what the pros are about this album. Okay, song. I'm greasing my second-hand trousers, second-hand houses, 1930s. The Asahi is kicking in, right? I really like the chord progression in this track, especially the use of accidentals. So, did you know what an accidental is?
Depending on what, like, accidental, as in, like, I have heard the term before, but not exactly 100% sure.
So, an accidental is like a note in a key signature. It's like not supposed to quite be there, so it kind of gives like a diminished feel.
Yeah.
Okay, to the track. And there was a lot of those, like Chopin, who's like my favorite classical musician, was big on using accidentals, and I fucking love accidentals when they come in. So that's a great thing there. I really like the chord progression. It's like on a classical guitar. I think you can hear like I could listen to it, and I think I could tell the difference between the nylon strings and steel strings, and it kind of felt like a classical guitar to me. So I like that. I really like the chord progression. Nice to have some bass in this song. This is a bit of a hint to my general opinions of the rest of the album, but I do write down something that becomes lacking in later tracks. However, some of the bass lines are quite messy on this song. So it was nice to have some bass, okay? And like I said, this is something that's going to be recurring in this album, something I put in my overview as well about the bass lines in particular. But it was nice to have some bass in this first track. I like the lines, some of the vocal, not vocal lines, but some of the lyrical lines, right, in this track, right? Because, and I do put this in a negative, I don't like the way the song started with the lyric. It's like, what's this? Sorry, yeah. But it started off with this lyric like, I'm so fucking annoyed with the state of things. And I felt like that felt a little bit immature. I felt like you could have come up with something a little bit better to say. You know, I just felt like it, like especially for opening up an album. Yeah, it felt like if I was the listener listening to the album, not listening to it with the mindset of this is someone who's just made an album, I probably would have been like, oh god, the rest of the lyrics on this album is probably not going to be that great. So I probably would have just skipped past it because I really like lyrics. Really big into lyrics, but I will say, as the song progressed, the lyrics did get a lot you I especially liked there were some lines that came in about secondhand trousers and secondhand houses, and it kind of went into kind of like you know James Joyce.
Yeah.
So James Joyce is obviously an Irish writer, right? But he was famous for doing like unconscious writing, where he wouldn't really think about what he's writing; he just write it down. And it kind of gave me that vibe when he went into that kind of verse. It kind of felt very unconscious to me. Like it was secondhand trousers, secondhand houses, and I think he said the 1930s or something. It gave us like a random date, and I was like, oh, that's quite interesting. Yeah. And I liked those lines. And I also thought some of the whoos in the background were quite good. Okay. Negatives on this song. As I just said, the I'm so fucking annoyed at the state of things felt a bit immature. For a 5-minute song, it doesn't change much, you know? And I was looking for a chord change or a bridge or something to bring the song to life, but there wasn't much evolution except for a couple of synths that kind of came in and out. Like, it just kind of didn't really evolve or progress that much. And I was a little bit disappointed that considering it's a 5-minute track, you'd expect to see on a 5-minute track some kind of chord change or some kind of clear evolution.
I think I had the same opinion as well, like very repetitive.
Yeah, there wasn't much like changes. Now there are other songs that are a bit longer that do have changes, and I'll get to those in a moment. Some of the vocal passages could have done with retaking. I wrote down on the first track with there's some sad realities. Some of the vocal harmonies in particular, they were clashing quite a bit. Could have done a better job on those. I wrote down here. Anything on here you abundantly disagree with me? Abundantly?
Yeah, no, I like, as coming from a vocalist point of view, I think to me, if it's supposed to be done the way it's supposed to be done, then it's done well.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's supposed to be done with like a mindset that I'd have, it's not done so well.
Yeah. So you mean as in, like, if you was to do the song, you obviously would not sing it like that.
No, it'd be very different for me because I'm just not that kind of singer. My vocal.
You'd be like, I'm so fucking annoyed.
I'm so fucking annoyed.
Yeah. You'd be like all jazzy, yeah. But yeah, so those are my pros and my negatives. So, like the chord progression, nice for the bass. Some of the lyrics were good. And that's a recurring theme. I like some of the lyrics.
Yeah, so did I. I enjoyed some of the lyrics. They're very well written. And it's very earwormy. There
was one song in particular which we'll get to, which I think is a bit of an earworm. And we'll get to that one in particular. Nothing coming from my eyes.
But it's not fine. Not fine for me, not fine for anyone.
Nothing coming from my eyes. Pros, I like the piano. And the guitar mixing in with the piano was a nice riff. So there's a part in that song where the guitar comes in over the top of the piano. Sounds very melodic. I really like that part. I like some of the self-aware lyrics in this song. At times they feel quite tongue-in-cheek. Unless it extends my bloodline, I wrote down. So there's like a vocal riff where it's saying like, I don't really care unless it like gets me more money or unless it extends my bloodline. And like, I felt like he was playing a character in that part. I felt like he wasn't being himself. He was trying to like put on a facade. And I quite like that because it kind of felt tongue-in-cheek. It kind of felt kind of sarcastic. I don't know if you agree with me on that. But
I do agree with you. Yeah, I think maybe to an extent, but not really. I think that might be a real life scenario. Like,
yeah,
I do. I feel like that.
Yeah, I like the piano solo. And if you can technically call it a solo, I wrote down because it was more of like a riff. And I like when a synth comes in at the 4-minute mark. Works well with the piano. Negatives. Didn't love the way the song opened. The lyrics weren't very strong to begin with. The drowning in your own tears section, like it felt a bit like, again, it was kind of a similar situation to the first track. It kind of felt a bit immature at the start. And I was like, could have done better with those lyrics. But the lyrics get more interesting as the songs went on. So opening lines weren't that great, but the song did get better as it went on.
Yeah.
Similarly to the first track, it's 5 minutes, but there isn't much changing in terms of chord progressions, especially. It does change a little at the end, but I didn't think it was enough to justify the length. And also, where is the bass? Way too much mid and treble and no low end. This song feels empty with no bass. I kept on thinking to myself when I was listening to this, I was like, I just want to hear a bass line in the back. Just something really simple, like something even just on the root note, just like carrying the bass line, but there was just nothing there. And I did write down just as an extra note on this song. This song feels to me like it's introducing a cynical and narcissistic character.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that aspect, maybe about exploring the psyche. So I kind of got like maybe he's trying to like explore, I don't know, his own psyche or maybe create a character. That's kind of vibe I got. Let's move on. Living My Best Life. This is probably the weakest track on the album, in my opinion. Didn't love this song. I will say though, I did love the drum. I didn't say I love it. I liked the drum beat, okay, but it could have been mixed better. It was very drum and bass, but I think the mix was a little bit weak. Like the self-awareness in the lyrics. And also it has bass, which is great.
Yeah.
Negatives, a bit too repetitive for me, lyrical-wise. Some of the choices of synths were a bit dated as well. Some of the synths were a bit like, am I in the 80s? You know what I mean? That was a bit like, what's going on there?
That could be his vibe, though. Like, I mean, that's it. If it's an 80s, I feel he's going for with the tune.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just felt like some of the synths maybe they just didn't fit in as well as they should have done. And it's a shame because some of the other synths in later on were actually a lot better. So, and we'll get to that in a sec. Again, I get
in a sec.
Yeah, in a sec. Yeah. We're on the 6th song. There's only a couple more songs left, so we're friends. Again, I get the impression this song is building the same character from the track before. Maybe there's a concept or through line at play. So I felt like I was getting the impression that maybe there was like a concept to this album kind of playing throughout. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just got that vibe from those 2 tracks. Flamingo.
I know that you're waiting for me coming home. I need you flying to the ends of the earth so that you can just help me out this one.
This is actually my favourite track on the album. I really like the opening. It had an intro, which was nice. I like the lyrics in this song. Likely the best on the album, wrote down in brackets, but I do think they are the best now that I've listened to the whole thing. I liked the coughing melody. I thought that was very funny.
You enjoyed that.
Yeah, it made me chuckle. Okay, I rate the theme of losing your sanity. It has the strongest chorus, and I like the vocal melody in this in the chorus. It was a bit of an earworm. It kind of stuck in my head for quite a bit. Choice of instrumentation is strong. At least for the night time, there's like a reoccurring line that keeps saying, "Oh, this is going to be great," and blah blah blah. At least for the night time, it's like a throwaway line that I thought was quite witty. It's like it reminded me of the Beatles when John Lennon at the end says, it's getting better all the time. It couldn't get much worse. It's like a little witty line at the end.
Yeah.
I like how the song has a nice flow and a clear direction, unlike other songs on the album. Negatives. Could have done with maybe being 1 minute or 2 shorter. 7 minutes is quite long, or there is a lot more going on compared to other tracks. And also, where's the bass line? There's no bass line. What? We'll talk about that in a minute.
That really tickled you, doesn't it?
We'll get there. So we've only got 1 second, 1, 2, 3 more songs. Okay, we nearly there. Croissant. I liked the chord progression. Synth choices are good. Quite like the lyrical story of a couple who can't see eye to eye, yet being somewhat conscious that neither of the parties are making much sense. I like that there's a bridge and chord change towards the end of the song that keeps the song interesting. The bridge section has a really, really cool part. The bridge section has a really cool he loops his vocals on like a part, and it sounds really cool. It was an interesting part. Negatives. Are you allergic to having a bass line? That's what I wrote down. Mix at the start is a bit overwhelming. So the mix at the start of Croissant was a little bit kind of grated on me a bit. It kind of came in a bit strong.
Okay.
But yeah, where's the bass, man? I'll talk about that again in a sec. Humor in the song Walk is appreciated. I find it quite funny and quirky. Okay. I rate the metaphor this song morphs into when the person actually walking acknowledges that the people around him are not just simply walking. Okay, you might not have picked up on that. No, right. Okay, so at the start of the song, he's going on about how he likes going on walks and listening to his own music, and he feels like he's in his own world. And I'm the only one who does this. I'm the only one who goes out and walks and thinks about their dreams and whatnot. But at the end, the song kind of morphs into actually, everyone here is doing the same walk as me. They're actually on the same walk as me. And I rated that because it switched the song around, the meaning, and I quite like that. I thought it was a good little lyrical play on words, and also
double entendre.
Yeah. And also it broke the fourth wall as well by acknowledging its own metaphor, which I thought was quite funny. Negative bass. Where is it? Synth in the chorus, I did write down, is a sort of bass, but it's not in the verses at all. And it's not really bassy enough to really call it a bass. It's sort of a bass, but not really. Vocals are way too high in the mix, I wrote down, for this walk. It felt way too high in the mix. Last song on the album, Worries. Last song on the album, Worries. I wrote down in here in brackets additive and subtractive. Do you know what that means?
No.
So additive subtractive is a process of songwriting where it's pretty straightforward to be fair, but it's like basically where you've got let's say you've got a drum beat, right? And you put a bass line over the top of it, right? And then you put a guitar line over the top of it. And then you put a keyboard over the top of it. But then you take the guitar out on the next bar. And then you take the bass out.
Yeah,
and then you take the
could have guessed
keyboard
that,
out.
to be fair.
and then you put the keyboard back in, and then you put the guitar back in. It's basically where you add things out and take them out, and add things out, and it kind of gives the impression that you're layering the song, but then you're peeling back the layers, right? This song was very much that. It was very additive and subtractive, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just, there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
I like the synth melodies and the choices of synth in this song. I thought the choices of synth were very tasteful. Sounds a little Asian inspired at times. There's a few synth lines that sounded quite like Asian, like they could be in the back of Mulan or something. A very anxious sound. Like how everything comes together at the end, because the additive and subtractive, it kept on taking things away, adding things on, taking things away, and then at the end it kind of added everything together, and it was nice. Negative, weakest lyrics in the album. Where's the bass?
Yeah. A hankering.
Yeah. Overall, a lot of good ideas. I especially like the witty lyrics and the not so serious attitude. Okay, so I got the impression that, I'm not saying not so serious as in like you half-arsed it, but like I got the impression that there was a bit of nonchalantness with this album, the way it was recorded and the way it was performed, which was good though. That's not a bad thing. That means that, like, because sometimes when people write their own albums or their own music and they take themselves too seriously, it's like a bit of a turn off. And I didn't get that impression at all. Almost feels like a character a lot of the time in this album, which felt like a character album, right? However, the execution in certain areas left a lot to be desired. I think vocally there's a bit of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And also, I don't understand at all and cannot justify the lack of bass. Like, this sounds like a synth pop album. There's nothing in my mind why there's no bass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no way for me to justify it. Like, even like if there's anything like, if there's any bit of constructive criticism you might be able to take from this review, James, right? It would be, just put some bass in your songs, mate. Like, honestly, it would make your songs go from like a 5 out of 10 to instantly a 6 out of 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would just give it an extra point straight away. Like, it would just make the song feel so much more fleshed out. Because there was times where I was listening to the song and I was just like, it feels like hollow and empty. And I only realised it after maybe like because I listened to the album 3 times. I only listened to it like maybe on the second listen. I was like, hang on a sec. There's no low end at all in any of these tracks. And they sound like the kind of music that would have a bass.
Yeah, I thought that as well. In
you know
terms,
what I mean?
like, because it's quite poppy and bouncy.
Yeah, it's like synth pop, you know, like artsy synth pop, you know, like that's what it sounds like. And you'd never see an 80s record, for example, like an artsy synth pop album with no bass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
So it just feels like I understand, like, if someone releases like a folk album, for example, or like a classical guitar album, and they wouldn't have bass, and that makes sense. You know what I mean? But synth pop, it's like, it needs a bass. It needs something in the background to fill that low end and just kind of keep the bass thumping. Like, even if it's just something really simple, like just following the root notes, it doesn't matter. Like, it just needs something there in the back for bass, just to keep it there. Last little notes here. Production for the most part is very decent, but in certain songs it needs a bit of work. I did appreciate the effort to make the songs flow together though, which I know a lot of people don't bother to do, because if you listen to the song from start to finish, you'll notice that the songs do carry over and blend into one another, which is very nice. So it's good that you're doing that. As a musician, I rated this album, as a fellow musician who's wrote their own album and knows how hard it is to do, I've rated this album a 5.5 out of 10. Okay? As a listener, if I just randomly came across this album and just listened to it, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 10. Okay? So I probably wouldn't have come back to it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think for me personally, in that regard as well, like, I look at it as a vocal point of view. I can't criticize any of the background stuff because I don't have that idea of how hard it is to make. It wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. This is kind of album I wouldn't listen to. You're like, to me again, I said to you, it seemed very experimental, but you kind of said it wasn't so much more experimental than it would have been, like, just like a new album, or a fresh album or whatever. So
it's just unique. That's what I said.
Different and unique. But I'd probably go with that as well. About 2 out of 10 as a listener, and as a vocal point of view, it's not vocally pleasing. It's more kind of harmonized, but like out of key. harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the way I looked at it. And I mean, I'd love to have the ability to be able to do that myself, build a song from scratch.
Yeah.
And I'm very envious of that. I'd love nothing more to be able to do that. Just go down, sit down, and blend a song and make it and create an album.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't, and I criticize myself for that. But in terms of vocals, it wasn't for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I said about 2 out of 10 as well.
Yeah. Look, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying, and I know Dary's not saying this either to be mean or anything like that. Yeah. And I don't want you to feel that way because, like, obviously, I know it's very difficult doing an album for like. It's very difficult doing an album for someone who like is an actual up and coming artist, you know, because especially you know when it's like not what you expected. And you're like, oh. Because obviously you can slate celebrities all you fucking want. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter.
But I mean, like it's two blokes sitting on the couch reviewing music that they've never listened to before.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like it's different when you're listening to Hosier and you know what he sounds like. You know you've heard him before, or it's different for me. We'll say listening to Stormzy or someone.
Well, also it's different as well because like as someone like who's like for example a critic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you're like critical about Tyler the Creator. Like, he's got millions and is on a yacht in Barbados, you know what I mean? He doesn't give a shit about what I say, sitting on a couch in Dublin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a bit more, it's a lot harder. So
I think it for me to criticise it is only based on the vocals, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm criticising is because that's what I do for, like, I sing and like, I mean, I'm not great at the best times.
Yeah.
But I like listening to my own songs or I listen to myself singing when I hit the keys, when I hit the notes and when I can push my voice as far as I can. Whereas with that, it just seemed very put together, like, which is probably what you're going for. That could be what he's looking for, like, you know, so that's just my opinion, the vocals. Yeah. That's all I'm going to
There was definitely positives in the album, okay, but there was also some weakness, you know, and all I hope is that you take this with a pinch of salt and constructive criticism and all that jazz.
Yeah,
I do have my own album out on Spotify if you want to rip it apart.
Go do that. I'll ring you in the morning.
If you want to rip that apart and write a review on it, you're more than welcome to. To be honest, like, I would probably value some constructive criticisms anyway. So because I never got any, and I'm like,
I'll not give it to you. We could put your album in the mix some of the days.
I'm not going to do that. No.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Oh, bollocks.
Anyway,
but yeah. Good job, anyway. In fairness, like it's not easy going and doing that.
It's definitely not like I remember hitting the button the first time when I released my album. It's nerve-wracking.
Shit yourself.
Yeah. It's like, you know.
Well, I'd like to know more about how he approached the album. Like, is it a serious album? Is he looking to make movement on it? Is it something like that, or is it something you did for fun? Do you know what I mean? Because like we could take it as like me writing a song. Now I'm writing my own song. We're rewriting a song together.
Yeah.
And like I'd be taking that very seriously.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing it just for the sake of having an album out. Like, and I just wonder if that's the case.
Yeah. Well,
just to release an album.
Maybe we can find out. We can have a chat with him.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Maybe we can have him on for an interview.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do interviews. Whoa.
Webcams.
Right. Let's move on to the news, anyways.
Wanna listen to us do the news? Here for the news. Music news. Wanna listen to us? The news that you choose. The music news. Music news. The news that you choose. Music news.
Music news.
Here we go. I'm still loving that the intro, the music news intro we did.
It's good, isn't it?
It's so catchy.
Come here to the music news.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, we should change that every season. Though, like we were mentioning, change it in autumn and stuff. But yeah, music news.
It's good though. I enjoy it now.
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Noel Gallagher was heckled by a fan at Why Not Festival.
Yeah, I heard this all right, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that about?
So, a fan heckled him saying that Oasis should get back together.
Oh, yeah. But there was like there's always shit coming out of the two of them, but bastards anyway.
Well, we were already talking about them last week.
Yeah, but there's always something, like you find yourself having a conversation about Oasis every couple of weeks because...
I don't.
No, well, do you know what I mean? Like, you'll see something on Twitter or you'll see something on some fucking...
Twitter? What's that?
X.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
You prick. But you see stuff on X and stuff like that, and you're like, like, is there ever going to be a comeback? And I think that's probably the closest thing you've got to Noel saying anything.
Yeah, so Noel actually was, I can't remember exactly what he said, but when the crowd fella heckled him, he didn't get the regular response that Noel tends to give, where he's just completely fuck off, like, you're not doing anything, blah, blah,
it's
blah,
nearly
blah.
a major no straight away. Like.
Yeah, like, he's always very, like, fuck off, don't talk to me about it, I don't give a shit. But, like, this time around, when he got heckled by a fan of Why Not, he was a little bit less, like, I don't give a shit, fucking leave me alone.
He was less nonchalant about it.
Yeah, like, it was more so, like, he was saying that it won't be next year, it won't be the year after, but, like, he didn't say it wouldn't be in 2 years.
It'd have to be fucking soon enough now, the two, when we're getting on now, so
they're still in their 40s.
I think they're going up to 50s now, I'd say.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
But
Noel, definitely.
Me and Dary were saying when we were looking at the news, we're saying, well, they are getting older. You know what I mean? They're probably just becoming old and grumpy, and well,
they've always been grumpy. It's a matter of maybe.
Yeah, you reckon?
finding their fucking differences and then just doing it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, every fucking family has. Like, you have your differences with your brothers and your siblings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it just matters, just like, because you eventually get friendly with them again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll work it out. They'll work it out. But I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Like, how long? Like 16
years, 17 years, I'd say.
Fucking mad amount of time.
But it's maybe even longer than that, to be fair. But, like, it is still, like, it's funny because you kind of, everyone's expecting it now. Like, if they don't come back, it's going to be, it's the stupidest thing. Like, people talk about One Direction breaking up and then getting back together. And this, do you know what I mean, though? Oasis getting back together would be one of, or if not the most iconic reform of a band ever.
It would be mad.
It'd be mental. People that don't know Oasis would want to go. People that have loved them will always obviously want to go, but it could be fun.
And people who don't like Oasis, like me,
would still go. Yeah, you would still go. You fucking prick, you'd be at the front of it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, you would. Anybody in their right mind, that if Oasis got back together, would want to get a ticket to go.
Do you reckon?
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I'm not really bothered.
Oh, lad.
Yeah,
they could have one big gig in the middle of the desert and go mad. That'd be fucking class.
Do you reckon in the middle of the desert? What desert?
What's called the one? The North Pole.
Oh yeah, because that is a desert.
Yeah, it's a nice desert.
Yeah, nice desert. Yeah.
Fuck off, man.
Didn't know he'd make jokes like that.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. But yeah, so look, they're hinting now that they might get back together, and Noel was actually not completely fuck off as he is normally. So hey, who knows? Maybe in the next 3 or 4 years.
It'd be sick though. You would be like, I definitely go. Well, like, I mean, tickets would probably be about fucking $6,000, like, but
$6,000, do you reckon?
Oh well,
you have to sell a kidney to go.
Yeah, you have to be on the fucking dark web.
I imagine that if Oasis did announce a tour, the amount of people that would just buy tickets to resell them.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
First in the queue.
Yeah.
Like, just to buy like 500 tickets and resell them for.
I wonder how much it would cost. To be fair, there probably will be around €200, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Make bank and then fuck off and never talk to each other ever again.
Yeah, literally.
In fact, that's probably all they do.
Yeah, that's what they would do.
They won't talk on tour at all.
No.
They'll put a glass between them on stage.
They don't even.
They'll be like the game. You know, the game The Cube.
Yeah.
There's just two of them in a cube, fucking right beside each other, and then the fucking guns blazing. Mental bastards.
They wouldn't even look at each other. Yeah,
no.
That's probably true. But hey, look, that'd be cool.
It'd be mad. Be fucking sick. Though.
It would be mad. Yeah. And I was actually at Why Not Festival when he was playing. Why Not Festival is the festival where I found my hat.
Oh yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
What's it called again? What kind of hat was it?
A fedora.
Yeah.
We've got two of them in front of us, yeah.
I know, yeah.
I actually found a picture of me wearing that.
He looks like a fucking gremlin.
a
little twerp in a fucking hat.
I look so cool, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I?
No, he had no beard then.
I had no beard, yes. I looked
you looked like a foot.
Like a foot?
Yeah, the bottom of a foot.
Wow. Never been told that before. Fucking hell.
Funny.
Rude. Electric Picnic. Talking of festivals, yes. Why not?
That's coming up on the 16th, I believe.
Yeah, 16th.
Yeah, I'd love to go again this year, but I just didn't get tickets for it.
2 days after my birthday.
Yeah. It was actually, I was at Electric Picnic 2019, the day of my birthday. It was the last day.
Okay.
Yeah. It was class.
Yeah. Never been. No, of course
It's an amazing concert. Or gay or festival.
Is it like Islands Glastonbury?
I'd say so, yeah. I would say it'd be like that. Like, there's loads of campsites. There's different campsites, and then there's different kind of areas you can go, depending on what you're into. Like, there's folk, there's rap, I suppose. There's
you'd love that.
Trad. There's
sounded like you really enjoyed the rap.
Yeah, I tried to burn it down.
Yeah. It sounded like
I was the arson there.
Did you say That's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, fuck off, Jarvis.
But
You can put that in there.
yeah, okay. I could probably put it in a after I put in my orchestral background to the porn last week.
Well, for fuck's sake, that giblet porn.
Did you like my orchestral background on that?
I did. When I listened to it in headphones, it sounds pretty cool. I was like to you, this is too much. This is too much. Yeah. We have to talk about that actually. Fucking hell.
Talking about news.
Made me feel sick.
By the way, part 2 is here, so let's
fuck off.
Joking.
You get that off. I swear to God,
I haven't got part 2.
I'd find the closest window and it's right there, and I'd throw you out or jump out of myself. This is a 3-story house.
I thought it was very entertaining, to be fair.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was funny listening.
I just remember parts of it. I was sitting there going, "This is making me want to." I wanted the couch to swallow me. I was like, just open up, and I wish there was a black hole somewhere. Well, there was.
Yeah,
to be fair.
Was, the one true ring. Yeah.
Oh fuck me! What a load of.
How did you feel, by the way, when I sprang that on you? Like, what?
I felt very awkward.
Right. Okay.
Only because I didn't want to hate it, but I knew I would.
Right.
I won.
I wanted you to hate it.
Yeah, I know. That's why you did it. I don't think they got that intentionally, but me and him, we had a conversation obviously about it in season 3, and then or episode 3, sorry.
Season 3, whoa.
Yeah, fucking not yet. Fast forward in 10 years.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
We get as far as season 3, but we're talking about it in season 3, and then you just fucking sprung it on me then. Or episode 3, fuck. Yeah. And then episode 5, then whack.
Yeah. I love it. Do you know, I keep thinking, right? Okay, because I have I've gone on a tangent now, but this is fine. We're just going to roll with it, right?
Go for it.
I've got an app called Blender, right? Okay.
Blender.
A Blender, yeah, Blender. On my Mac, and it's a cartoon app, right? I was thinking.
Oh, fuck off, Jarvis.
God, if I just cut that, just made it into a cartoon.
Put it onto it.
Yeah, put a cartoon on top of it, you know.
And then what? Put it on YouTube or something?
The old YouTubes, the old TikToks, the old, you know.
Don't put it in the Tim Oaks TikTok. Fuck off.
I thought it'd be very funny hearing you laugh away in the background while I read out that story.
Yeah, no, it was
with the orchestral background.
I find I was listening to it today actually because I wanted to kind of rejog my memory for the podcast today. So I listened to it on the way to work, and I was just like, this is crazy. When not that part.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to the whole podcast.
Yeah.
And then when it come on, I can just hear. And then parts of it, you stop it when we're talking and laughing.
Yeah.
And then stop, and then it just comes back.
Yeah,
in
stop
again.
the music. Yeah.
It just comes back in on top of us talking. And when you start talking about it again.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, stop the music whenever I like the part when I stopped the music when it was like he was beginning to feel a new power approaching. A power. Stop the music in his pants.
I was also a bit. You're like, this is. Oh, I forgot about this bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fucked.
Yeah, no, it's awful. Yeah, I'm not reading that part out again.
No.
Anyway, Electric Picnic. Let's get back to that.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what the news is about.
There is a few people. It's not the best lineup I've ever seen, to be honest.
No.
I'm not raging and I'm not going. I'd love to go for the crack, but I'm not raging with the lineup.
No.
It's who's headlining? I think
Kylie Minogue. Who else did we write
Noah
down?
Khan's there as well.
Wolf Tones as well. Kasabian. Bombi Thug as well.
Bombi Thug, yeah, she was in the fucking Eurovision.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Eurovision party here.
Oh yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Okay. In this room.
In this exact room. To be fair.
Oh right. Oh.
This wasn't here though.
Okay. Yeah.
But it
will be next time.
It was so funny because you always got. Well, I didn't get drunk, but the rest of the girls and the rest of friends got hammered.
When is Eurovision? Was it recently or?
Jesus, about 2 months ago maybe.
Oh right.
3 months ago.
Didn't know.
No, it was, to be fair, I fucking hate it.
I
think it's so stupid. But that Bambi Thug girl, she's actually pretty good. Like the theatrics was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she didn't end up winning.
She won, did she?
No, she didn't end up winning.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was funny because I'd never watched Eurovision in that scenario before.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was very funny.
Not in that context.
We were always shouting at the television. It was funny. Just, when you're like, they're doing the points.
Mm-hmm.
It was good crack.
Sounds it. Tell me more.
Fuck off, you bellend. Anyway, who else is there? Oh, the Wolf Tones is actually playing as well.
Yeah, Wolf Tones.
I think one of the girls that works purely.
I don't know who they are.
You don't? They're an Irish rebel band.
Oh, okay. Rebel band.
Yeah. I'll show
so
you.
They sing about
killing
the English all the time.
Well, deservedly. No, jeez, that's terrible. Fuck's sake.
Genocide.
This is going to fuck, lad. Fuck me. Poor James get a slate and then we do this. Here, now listen to this. You know this song.
Okay, well.
Oh, you won't know the streets in New York, to be fair. I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a speed. Spencer Hill, you might know this one.
What's on speaker?
Yeah.
Last night as I lay dreaming of pleasant days gone by.
No.
My mind
This is making me think of.
This song, you know this one. Once again.
When boyhood's fire was in my blood, I read of ancient freemen.
That's the anyway, they're class. They're an Irish travel band. I love them.
Yeah, okay.
Streets in New York is probably one of my favourite songs, rebel songs or traditional Irish songs that I've ever listened to.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one that goes...
I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin.
It was in the ember,
no, that's Streets in New York.
Singing,
That's Streets in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's the Pogues.
No, that's not Streets in New York.
No, it's Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale in New York. That's Streets in New York I was talking about.
I was taking the piss.
Good, thanks God.
Yeah. Also, weird one, Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, that's a strange one. I think I might have heard something about it, but didn't hear too much, and then forgot about it.
Wasn't expecting that, Kylie Minogue on the line.
I don't think now, to be fair, I'd be too buzzing about that, to be honest with you. Because I remember when I was at it, Billie Eilish was there, and I was like, this will be shy. Billie Eilish was fucking class.
Billie Eilish is sick.
I think she's unbelievable.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
The more you listen to her, the more you realise
the
how
second
amazing
album in particular, I really liked. I actually quite liked her third album as well. I didn't love her first album, though, you know.
Yeah. I enjoyed a lot of her. A lot of her songs are very, very well done, and what I love about it is it's all recorded in her bedroom or a room in their house, or like it's just her and Phineas. Like,
do you want to know something I'm really, really jealous about Billie Eilish about? And you can look this up if you don't believe me. It's true, but it is true. And it fucking pissed me off when I found out about it. You ready for this? Phineas, who's Billie Eilish's producer and brother, right? Yeah. Okay. He saw this and knew who the person was who ran over to Billie Eilish and said this. But Billie Eilish didn't know who the person was. After Billie Eilish did a performance, I think it was at like the Brit Awards or something, right? Tom York from Radiohead, the lead singer, ran up to Billie Eilish and said, "You're the only one doing anything fucking interesting."
Yeah.
And then left.
The gasps of silence.
Oh, and Billie Eilish didn't know who he was.
What did Phineas say?
Phineas said, I think, and I quote, "It was the coolest thing anyone's ever said."
Yeah, that's fair enough, though.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure
getting quite emotional about
I am getting emotional. I'm actually going to cry. If Tommy had said that to me, I'd fucking die. I'd just end my life. It'd be like, it's all Jesus. Over.
Morbid.
It's reached the pinnacle. It's never going to get
back to Kylie Minogue.
But yeah, Kylie Minogue performing. That's weird, that, isn't it?
It is a bit strange, but again, like, I mean, what else do you expect Ireland to do?
What do you mean?
Just like, it just sounds like something Ireland at this present time, the way it's fucked at the minute. But you know, we pop Kylie Minogue into the middle of fucking Electric Picnic for the crack, like.
Right, okay.
Random enough. In my opinion, anyway.
It'd be more random, more weird if we got Danny Minogue in.
But it's funny too, because Kasabian's playing as well with all the controversy around them too. I mean, obviously.
Is there controversy around them?
Well, your man, allegedly we'll say that as well, but like my man and being kicked out of the band.
Yeah, for being abusive to his girlfriend.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. Well, I think that was actually proven.
I think it was.
I think that's the reason he got kicked out.
Yeah. But that's it.
I don't think there's no allegedly.
We can get the quotation marks.
Yeah, we don't need to do the quotation marks. He's a wanker.
Yeah, to be fair.
To be fair, bellend.
But yeah, no, he is. It's funny too because there's controversy around him now. But again, I'm going to see them in November as well. So I suppose
I'm going to see him as well.
Are you coming?
Yeah.
Did you get the ticket yet?
I did, yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Class.
I didn't tell you that.
No, you never said
that. Yeah. My girlfriend's friend Josie. Hello, Josie.
You're fucking hammered again, you cunt. Hey.
Only one beer and a Red Bull, and I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up.
Well, I've listened to you the whole way back to the fucking sores.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, great time to do a vlog. 2 mugs in the car. That looks a bit like a cock.
It's a bottle, you bastard.
You can see it right at the tip. Hey, of the screen. If you put it back in, and look at that.
Doesn't it? Looks like the top of a bottle. I can't believe I have to deal with you all this time.
Sorry, but yeah, Josie reached out to me and Shannon, and she was like, "Oh, me and her partner Corey, fucking hell, I nearly forgot his name.
Taylor.
Sorry, Corey. Are going to come up to Dublin and see Kasabian because the Streets are playing as well.
Yeah, the Streets are playing. They're,
oh my god, I love the Streets.
They're opening.
Yeah, they're opening. Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, do you want to come with us?" And you know what it's like. You know, your girlfriend asks you to do something. At first, you're like, "It's too much money," and then eventually they whittle it out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, then we can do it.
So I agreed with her in the end, and I actually said to her, "I was like, oh, Dary's going to that as well," and she was like, "Well, you're not going with Dary, you're going with me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well,
well, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see about that. I'll accidentally bump into.
I'm gonna book a fucking party bus from Swords in.
Yeah, because
he's the only person on the fucking not drinking. Fuck's sake.
It's funny because she was like, Josie, one of the things that she said to Shannon was like, "Oh, we'll give you something interesting to talk about on the podcast." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah." But it was actually not far off, actually. Because, you know, if we did go to a gig together, that'd be an interesting thing to talk about.
I'd be vlogging it.
Would you be
vlogging
vlogging?
I'm going to vlog the Kasabian gig, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I'll be there with my tits out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wobbly.
After 2 pints.
Yeah. A bottle and a half.
I'll be steaming. Yeah. So what is it? Yeah, so Kylie Minogue, weird that, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone through this like 4 times now.
Kylie Minogue, but it is funny enough. Everything else then, I think. Who's your dream lineup?
My dream lineup? Ooh.
I'd say Def Radiohead has to be there. To be fair.
Radiohead would obviously be there.
Mine would kick off with Greta Van Fleet.
Really? Are they like your number one, do you reckon?
At the minute, yeah. Okay,
but who's like your number one of all time?
Like I love going back to my old school days where it was like Blink-182 probably would be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Of all time, Westlife probably.
Are you joking?
Yeah,
right, okay, fair enough.
No, I'd say because Greta Van Fleet, with the way they hit me from like their music, is probably one of my all time favorites.
And then you'd have Led Zeppelin on afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to stick my finger up at you this episode.
Well, you wouldn't actually. Do you know what? You wouldn't have them on afterwards because it basically be exactly the same thing, right? So you'd have them on after. I'm fucking delighted
you're going to Derby for a couple of days.
I would have Radiohead. I'd have Tyler the Creator. I'd have St. Vincent. I'd have Bjork. I'd have who else would I have? I would have. Do you know what? Go on, throw in the Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys would be mine as well, to be fair.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a lot of fun. I've seen them live like 4 times, but I'm seeing them again. Why not?
Yeah, might as well. Sure, they're going to be there.
Who else would be in my dream lineup? Who else would I really love to see live? Tell you what, Coco Rosie would be a fucking weird one. They'd be strange. Do you know what? These are only a recent love, but I would love to see them live. Do you know what? I've fallen in love with this band recently. You ever heard of Wise Blood?
No.
Oh my god, you would love them.
Yeah.
Because I know you're big into your vocals.
Yeah.
She has an unbelievable voice.
What's that band that you showed me? They're like jazzy. Remember you showed me the songs to do covers in jazz.
Oh, Postmodern Jukebox.
Yeah.
They're very good.
I'd love to see them.
They'd be a lot of fun live, actually.
That'd be so
They would be sick.
You'd have them on the side stage somewhere.
I used to put them on in the background in the pub that I used to work at because they were good, like, background music. You know, because people would be sat there going, "Oh, what the fuck is this shit?" And then they'd realise, "Oh shit, it's Michael Jackson." But jazz.
Yeah. It is cool. It's very cool. She is an amazing voice.
Oh, the girl who does Creep, you mean?
Yeah.
Her name's like Hayley Barnett, or not Barnett. That's someone I think.
Are they from the UK?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, they're very good. I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed.
Mental.
I'm not sure if Grace showed me them. If it was her that said she liked them as well.
The girl who sings, I'm pretty sure her name is Hayley. The girl who sings Creep, and she also does an amazing cover of Seven Nation Army as well.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Yeah. So do that. Yeah. She's got an unbelievable voice.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Fuck off. She does though. She does have she has a fantastic voice. But yeah, what's your dream lineup? Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van Fleet. I'd love to bring them on.
Yeah. Who?
Jukebox, blah blah blah.
Postmodern Jukebox.
Postmodern Jukebox. I'd love to have them just as a side piece.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in like a.
Someone you'd fuck on the side.
Oh, fuck off, Jarvis. On the side, I don't have a side piece. I have a girlfriend who I love very dearly.
I don't have a side piece. just let that clear.
But
cut that.
Yes, I'd love to see like Blink-182 there. I'd love to have. Billie Eilish is a good one. She's good to have. She's a really crowd pleaser. Like, it's really nice.
Oh, I'd love Modest Mouse in my lineup actually.
Yeah, Eminem.
Really? Eminem?
Yeah, old school Eminem.
Like Eminem, but 30 years younger.
Yeah,
before he was withered like a leaf.
Slim Shady, yeah.
That's a callback. Yeah. Withered like a leaf.
But yeah. And on that note,
and we're done.
Slung.
Oh, before we go, make sure you vote in the poll.
Vote in the poll, bitches.
This week we have Tool, AENIMA, AENIMA.
Right, go on, say the other one.
KARNIVOOL, Sound Awake, and then we also have Stormzy, Heavy as the Head. We have that coming back again because we added it back to the rotation. We had Hosier's album, Renaissance by Beyonce, and Led Zeppelin's album out of the rotation this week. So we'll put them back in next rotation. But this week we have Tool, AENIMA, which I'm excited about. I'd love to hear that.
By the time we have this posted Sunday as well, we'll have the poll song suggested.
Yeah. So maybe we'll put up a video each or something going, yeah, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. So we'll know what's won. And then we'll listen to that as well the next week until our next episode. But yeah, vote what you want to vote for. I reckon Tool would be a great one. KARNIVOOL would be a great one. And Stormzy would. To be fair, they're all great.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind either because I've never listened to any of them. So I'm looking forward to kind of.
I think you'd really like Tool and KARNIVOOL. Good. So, or maybe not like them, but I reckon you'd enjoy them.
We rate them more so.
Yeah. But look, it was a nice time.
Sláinte.
See you later. Bye.
Do it again, Timmy.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, yeah, mama, rock me. Yeah, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, mama, rock me.